Number of compromised passwords sold on dark web from companies in this room. That means there's 767 compromised credentials. That is an email address and a password to your organizations in part or in entirety that have been bought and sold on the dark web, which means what? Everyone else has those. Everyone. And did you know that 80% of these intrusions and data breaches come from the 767 compromised credentials that I just spoke of? And the unfortunate thing is the psychological aspect of humans is that we're habitual and we're going to use the same password for almost everything. Why? Because it's a lot easier. And the truth is, if I can learn the first one, I can figure out what your next one's going to be if you ever change it. For example, my name's Craig Willard and I'm going to use Craig Willard 1 because it's easy. But in, say, 180 days, I've got my Office 365 account set to change my password. What am I going to use? And then what am I going to use? And so if I can at least learn a part of your password, I can start to adjust that password to see if I can make it work in certain areas and try to log into certain websites through password cramming, where you take a whole bunch of email addresses and a whole bunch of passwords and just start shoving them into websites until one of them works. It's a big deal. But how are passwords really compromised? Well, through phishing, which we have the phishing box here. You could probably tell all about this one aspect alone, but not to go too granular with it, but phishing assessment, or phishing is where somebody sends you an email attempting to be somebody they're not. One of the best things you can do for an email to check if it's phishing, if there's a link to something, don't click on it unless you know who it's from. Otherwise, move your mouse cursor over the link. Do not click it, but it will pop up with the address, and you can literally see where that link is going to take you, and you can tell if it's bad or not. Also, if you happen to click one by chance and it's asking you to change the password, look at the address bar. It's another identifier to tell if it's an actual good website or not. Malvertising, so that's malware that's built into advertisements. We also have what they call watering holes with web attacks and things of that nature. But it's coming from you putting information in places that you shouldn't have, one, and two, putting it in information where you normally think it's safe, LinkedIn, Disqus, these places, and they get breached, and then your information is stolen from that place, and then they assume that because we're a creature of habit, we're going to use that password everywhere else. But the kicker is, the key to all of this really is to never use business level email addresses to log into social media accounts and things of that nature. Use your personal one. Don't sign up for newsletters on your personal one. Sign up for another one, because you want those newsletters and they're important. But if you sign up to unknown newsletters, if you don't know who they are and you sign up to them, you are susceptible to whatever comes your way.